In a quiet reading room in Virginia, filled with the evening light of hundreds of days, a man named Edgar Cayce sat in a leather chair and closed his eyes. When he opened them again, he was no longer speaking as himself. He was channeling information from dimensions beyond the veil, accessing the Akashic records, the cosmic library where every soul's journey is written. For over 40 years, Edgar Cayce gave readings to thousands of seekers, and one of the most profound revelations he brought through was about soul types, about the different categories of souls incarnating on Earth, about the specific types of chosen ones walking the planet right now. Cayce understood something that modern spirituality has largely forgotten. Not all chosen ones are the same. They don't all have the same gifts. They don't all have the same mission. They don't all walk the same path. There are different types of chosen ones, each with distinct characteristics, unique strengths, particular challenges, and specific spiritual assignments. And what Cayce revealed is revolutionary. Your birth month reveals which type of chosen one you are. This is not astrology in the way you typically understand it. This is something deeper. This is soul typing. This is the cosmic record recognizing the specific frequency that incarnated through your body at the moment of your birth. The month you were born contains information about your soul's purpose, about the work you came here to do, about the specific way the divine has wired you to be an agent of transformation on this earth. Let me be absolutely clear about something. You don't need astrology to validate your worth. You don't need Cayce's readings to prove you're chosen. But understanding your type, understanding the specific configuration of your gifts and challenges, understanding how your particular brand of consciousness is meant to operate in the world. This is liberating. This gives you permission to stop trying to be like other chosen ones and to step fully into the specific genius you were born with. The first type is the healer. Healers are born between January and March. If you were born in these months, you are a chosen one whose primary assignment is to restore, to repair, to transmute suffering into wholeness. Healers carry an almost unbearable sensitivity to others' pain. When a healer walks into a room where someone is suffering, they feel it immediately. Their body responds. Their heart aches. Their nervous system resonates with the disturbance. Most healers spend their childhoods trying to fix other people's problems, trying to ease other people's pain, sometimes to the point of self-abandonment. The strength of a healer is their capacity for genuine compassion. They can sit with someone in their darkest moment and not flinch. They can hold space for transformation without needing to rush the process. They can perceive where the wound is and intuitively know how to apply the salve. Whether they're working as an actual medical provider or as a therapist, as a spiritual counselor, or as someone who simply listens better than anyone else you know, healers have a gift for restoring people to wholeness. This is not learned skill. This is encoded in their being. It's in their hands. It's in their presence. It's in the way they make others feel seen. The challenge for a healer is knowing where they end and others begin. Healers absorb others' pain, and sometimes they forget how to release it. they can become so focused on everyone else's healing that they abandon their own. They need to learn that protecting their own energy is not selfish. It's essential. A healer who doesn't protect their own light will burn out. Their assignment requires them to be continuously refilled by the divine, so they have something to give. They must learn to receive healing as generously as they give it. And they must recognize that some people are not meant to be healed by them right now. Some people must be left to their own process. The second type is the visionary or prophet. Visionaries are born between April and June. These chosen ones were sent here to see what others cannot see, to perceive the future before it manifests, to serve as a bridge between worlds, bringing knowledge from higher dimensions into the material realm. A visionary doesn't just live in the present moment. They're simultaneously aware of what has been and what is coming. They perceive patterns that others miss. They make connections that seem impossible to ordinary minds. The strength of a visionary is their ability to forecast, to create, to pioneer. They see possibility where others see limitation. They can envision entirely new systems, new ways of being, new technologies, new spiritual understanding. Throughout history, the visionaries, the prophets, the seers, the ones who saw a different future and had the courage to speak it, were the ones who moved humanity forward. A visionary born between April and June has been given eyes to see into the unseen. They have been equipped to bring divine downloads into manifestation. The challenge for a visionary is that most people don't understand what they're seeing. They speak about the future and people think they're delusional. They share their visions and others call them crazy. Visionaries often experience profound loneliness because they're perceiving reality in a way that most people are not yet prepared to perceive. They must learn to hold their truth even when no one believes them yet. They must trust their sight even when it contradicts the collective consensus. And they must understand that their role is not to convince anyone. Their role is to hold the vision, to keep showing the possibility, to remain steady in their truth until the world catches up. The third type is the warrior or protector. Warriors are born between July and August. These chosen ones came here to defend, to protect, to stand between light and darkness, to be the spiritual guards at the gates. A warrior is not necessarily physically aggressive, but they carry a frequency of protection in their being. They cannot stand to see injustice. They cannot remain silent when they see abuse. They cannot coexist peacefully with systems that harm the vulnerable. They are activated by the call to protect. The strength of a warrior is their capacity for courage, for righteous action, for standing alone if necessary, to defend what is sacred. Warriors have the ability to say no when everyone else is saying yes. They have the power to name evil for what it is. They have the spiritual authority to set boundaries that others fear to set. A warrior is not always popular, but they are essential. They are the ones who create safety for others by their willingness to confront darkness. The challenge for a warrior is learning to fight without becoming consumed by the fight. Warriors can become so focused on battle that they forget to rest, to play, to experience the sweetness of life. They can become so identified with protection that they stop protecting their own heart. They need to learn that standing guard is important, but so is stepping down from the wall sometimes and remembering why they're fighting. They need to understand that they cannot save everyone. Some battles are not theirs to fight, and the most important battle is the one within their own consciousness, the battle against their own fear, their own rage, their own desire to crush those they perceive as evil. The fourth type is the teacher or guide. Teachers are born between September and November. These chosen ones were sent here to illuminate, to explain, to translate the sacred into language that ordinary humans can understand. A teacher doesn't just know things, they have the ability to help others know things. They can take complex information and break it into digestible pieces. They can perceive what someone needs to learn and deliver that teaching in the exact form that person is ready to receive it. The strength of a teacher is their capacity for clarity and translation. They are bridges between the known and the unknown, between the material and the spiritual, between what is and what could be. Teachers have a gift for making the invisible visible, for making the complex simple, for showing people their own potential that they could not see before. A teacher is often the pivot point in someone's life, the person who said the right thing at the right moment that completely changed someone's trajectory. The challenge for a teacher is learning to let others find their own answers instead of always providing the solution. Teachers can become so focused on explaining things that they forget to let others struggle and grow through their own discovery. They can become attached to being right, to being the expert, to being the one who knows. They need to learn that the deepest teaching sometimes happens through silence, through asking questions instead of providing answers, through allowing others to be wrong and learn from it. And they must understand that not everyone wants to be taught. Some people are content in their ignorance, and no amount of teaching will change that. The fifth type is the transmuter or alchemist. Alchemists are born in December. These chosen ones were sent here to transform, to convert base into gold, to take what is toxic and make it whole, to take what is broken and make it beautiful. An alchemist doesn't just heal or transform in one area. They have the capacity to work with any material, emotional, spiritual, material, even the darkest human impulses, and transmute it into something of value. The strength of an alchemist is their transformative genius. They can work with shadow. They can work with trauma. They can work with the most difficult material and find the gold in it. An alchemist understands that nothing is wasted. Nothing is beyond redemption. Nothing is so dark that light cannot penetrate it. They have the ability to create profound beauty from profound suffering. They can take their own wounds and transform them into their greatest gift. They can look at a situation that everyone else sees as hopeless and perceive the hidden potential. The challenge for an alchemist is knowing when to stop trying to fix everything. Alchemists can become so focused on transformation that they stay in unhealthy situations too long, hoping to transmute the person or circumstance. They can become so skilled at working with darkness that they begin to normalize it. They need to learn that some situations are not meant to be transformed by them. Some people don't want to be alchemized. Some things are just toxic and need to be left behind. An alchemist's greatest work is sometimes not transformation, but discernment, knowing which battles to fight and which to walk away from. Now here's what's crucial to understand. Your birth month reveals your primary type, but you're not limited to just one gift. You may carry aspects of multiple types. A healer might have visionary abilities. An alchemist might be an excellent teacher. But understanding your primary type, your core assignment, your fundamental way of moving through the world, this liberates you to stop trying to be who you're not. Cayce understood something that the modern world desperately needs to remember. We need all 5 types. We need the healers to restore us. We need the visionaries to show us possibility. We need the warriors to protect us. We need the teachers to guide us. We need the alchemists to transform us. When all 5 types are working in their gift, human consciousness evolves. When any type is suppressed or prevented from expressing their purpose, we suffer. You were born in the month you were born for a reason. The day you entered this world was not random. The frequency of the cosmos at that precise moment imprinted itself on your being, and that imprint contains the instructions for your assignment, the activation codes for your gifts, the blueprint for your specific way of serving humanity and Earth. So I ask you, what month were you born in? And more importantly, what does it reveal about your assignment? If you're a healer, are you protecting your energy as vigorously as you pour it out? If you're a visionary, are you holding your truth even when the world doubts you? If you're a warrior, are you fighting without losing your own peace? If you're a teacher, are you creating space for others to discover their own wisdom? If you're an alchemist, are you knowing when to transform and when to walk away? Your birth month is not destiny, it's potential. It's the specific configuration of gifts that incarnated through your body at the moment you were born. The question now is, will you honor that configuration? Will you stop trying to be someone else's type of chosen one and step fully into your own? Will you claim your specific assignment with all the authority and power that comes with understanding exactly why you were put here? Comment your birth month below and tell me which type resonates most deeply with your soul. Share your awakening so others recognize their own type. Like this video to amplify the message that all types of chosen ones are needed, that your specific gifts are valuable, that you don't have to be someone else's version of chosen. Subscribe to receive more messages about your specific assignment and how to step into your full power. And remember, Edgar Cayce saw beyond the veil. And what he saw was that you are not an accident. You are not a random person. You were sent here in the specific month you were born, with the specific gifts you carry, to do the specific work only you can do. Step into that knowing.